All right, I think we're going to start. We're going to let Jesse and Lynn talk a little bit about their story and their goals here and how exciting this location is for them. So we'll go ahead and let you guys have some words.
All right. Well, my name is Jesse Castor, and I just want to say good morning. And I want to thank each and every one of you folks for coming this morning. I know how busy your life is. I know how hard it is to break away from your own business and your own happenings. And this really means a lot to us that everybody showed up this morning. And I've been in the hearing business for about 18 years. I'm the owner. We have 7 locations, and I like to say we specialize in small towns. Our offices are Rhinelander, Monaco, Eagle River, Phillips, Antigo. Schofield is the biggest town we're in, and then of course Wisconsin Rapids. And I just like the people in small towns. They're just a lot more fun to deal with, and they're a lot more appreciative of our services, and that's why we focus on small towns. You know, there's a lot of people out there who want to go attack and have the cutthroat big cities, and they can have that. And I'm sure we all share the same mentality because we're all in Wisconsin Rapids here. But we're independent. Nobody owns us. So what that means is we get to fit whatever. There's a lot of hearing aid companies out there. So we get to fit whatever product is right for our client, and not just the 1 or 2 products we have available from the person that owns us. And that's a big difference because hearing is a very specialized business and people's needs are very unique. And yeah, 75% of the people might be able to go with a standard product, but it's at 25% where having that flexibility is amazing. You know, we can really make, because there might be one company that has a specialty product and they're the only ones that do it. And if you don't have access to that, you're not giving your client what they fully need. I used to work for one of the big companies, and it was just all sales, and I just didn't feel that was right for healthcare. And that's why I went out and started my own business where we put our client first. Not only our client, but our family. Because hearing involves family. In fact, when somebody has a hearing loss, it probably affects the people around them more than the person with the hearing loss themselves.
Yeah. My kids would come and say, "Dad, you got the TV too damn loud." Sure, you're right.
Yep. And hearing loss actually causes friction in relationships. You know, anytime you have a breakdown in communication, it causes problems. You know, when you're trying to have a conversation with somebody and you get the "I said," it sets the wrong tone. So to be able to make that difference in people's lives, whether it be with their spouse or their kids or their grandkids or their neighbor or somebody they just met out on the street, you know, that's what drags us out of bed in the morning. So like I said, we do hearing healthcare different than everybody else out there. We kind of go backwards. We start with the person, their family, their lifestyle, and then look at their hearing. And when you factor everything in, it's like putting a puzzle together. And we've all heard horror stories about hearing aids. It's like, oh my God. I'm not going to deny that. But when all of the pieces of the puzzle are put together just right, it's a very positive, life-changing experience. And that's what we focus on, is making that difference, because probably about 75% of our new business comes from referrals. You know, somebody's neighbor, somebody's brother, somebody's, spouse, because they've heard all the stories. And when you see somebody that's had a positive experience, it's like, oh my God, where'd you get it from? Mm-hmm. And that's what keeps Lynn going. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I've been doing this for about 18 years. Lynn's been doing this since before electricity. In fact, we went to a training session at one of the manufacturers, and they had their museum, and they had an antique audiometer there, and it's like, oh my God, Lynn, can you imagine people used to use that? And she's like, that's the one I trained on.
Almost 36 years ago.
Yeah, Lynn's been doing this for over 30 years, so Lynn really offers a real full perspective on hearing. She has a lot of insight. I've been doing it about half as long as Lynn, and when I started in the hearing industry, it was kind of the transition from standard acoustics over to electronics. And I've got that background in actually how things physically alter sound, versus just pushing a button. And that adds a lot of insight as far as, understanding what you're doing and how to treat somebody's hearing. And Lynn has a lot to offer as far as, her broad experience, and Lynn's owned her own business in the past. And I'll just let Lynn talk a little bit.
Okay, well, 36 years in June. Had my own business 10 years. And I quit my job, sold everything, came up north. And I worked for one of the big box stores. And I just said, no, I don't want to do that. I want to help people here. I want to take good care of them. It's not about the sales, it's about the person. And I met Jesse and Jamie, and I take care of Antigo, Wausau, and Wisconsin Rapids for them. And it's been a wonderful experience. Technology is fabulous. And we're just looking to grow here and help as many people as we can. But yeah, I remember that audiometer with the attenuators. And it was all analog. So, I know what analog sounds like. I know what it was like. And a lot of the younger people don't know. They don't have no idea where somebody's come from lower technology and then coming up. So it's kind of interesting. Very interesting. Just to see what you can do.
Yep, with the original technology, the hearing aids actually have little screws on them.
Yes.
Where you took a little bitty screwdriver and you adjusted the bass and treble and you adjusted the volume, and then you stood back and said, how does that sound? Now, the first thing wrong with that is you're asking somebody who can't hear how it sounds. And so here, not only has technology changed a lot, but also hearing has become a lot more therapeutic. Now the technology actually has nanotechnology with artificial intelligence. It's Bluetooth. It translates foreign languages for you. Wow. Let's just say you go to a Mexican restaurant and the waiter doesn't speak English. You can literally have your hearing aid translate Spanish to English. And when that waiter talks to you, it translates it to English in your ear.
What? That's cool.
It's insane.
It's very cool.
If you lose a hearing aid, it'll find it for you. It'll give you, if you will set reminders on it, it'll give you appointment reminders or reminders to take your medication.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
That's amazing. I think I need one as a part of my daily planner.
That's what I need. That's what I people are saying about me.
My parents are in their 80s, and my dad's starting to have some physical issues. The new hearing aids have fall detection. If you fall down, the hearing aid will send an alert to up to 3 different people.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah,
keeps them independent in their home.
It streams music to your ears if you want to stream music. You can listen to your phone calls through your hearing aids. You can listen to your voicemails, everything.
Unreal.
It's crazy.
Signing up, aren't you?
Kind of like earbuds?
When Hey, Mom, are you ready for some new ears?
When I go to the nursing home, they'll come in handy.
Yeah, right. You didn't hear me. Bob,
And that comes...
are you ready for some new ears?
I have hearing aids.
Are you ready for the new ones?
I'm doing all right.
But one of the things that the Bluetooth feature in hearing aids has is dignity.
Yeah.
Because when somebody has a hearing loss and they take a phone call, everybody in that entire room hears the entire conversation. Where when it goes through your hearing aids and your hearing prescription, you actually have privacy. Where the only thing that anybody can hear is what you're saying, not what the other half is saying.
When I answer the phone, they can all hear me because I put it on speaker.
Yeah, so you agree.
Yeah.
But do any of you folks have any questions? Lynn, did you have anything on that?
No, I think you did wonderful.
I think you guys you had an offer for March. Did you want to talk about that at all? Did that run through March?
Yep.
Okay.
In fact, one of the things we're offering right now is if you buy a set of hearing aids, a lot of people they might have their flip phone or their jitterbug or whatever. And you have to have a smartphone to make the hearing aids work. So this month we're actually giving a free Apple iPhone away when you buy a set of hearing aids. And we actually help you set it up and understand it.
And work with
because, the smartphones are actually easy to use. They're just very intimidating for somebody who's never used one. In fact, they're easier to use than the flip phones.
Yeah.
And, it usually takes a few appointments to get people's comfort zone in, and you just take all the icons off the screen except for the 2 or 3 important ones. And and I'll tell you what, my parents, I'll use my parents again. They've been so anti-technology, anti-computers, no internet. But you know what COVID did? we got them to get an Apple iPad with internet. And they've been able to FaceTime all their grandkids.
That's so nice.
And now my mom's actually online looking at stuff on Google.
Oh, God.
Just wait till it doesn't work
Tables
and your mom
have
calls
turned.
and says, I can't get this working, then she gets mad and hangs
That's
up
at
on
least
you.
one. That's at least once a day.
And I'm like, I'm on my way.
But that's where all us kids and the grandkids come in.
I don't even know how to work half of it.
In fact, it's been a real connection with the grandkids
Awesome.
and grandma and grandpa.
That's cool.
It's like, Grandma, you just have to push that button. And if not, they were over there and help them.
That's cool.
Well, wonderful. Anybody have any other questions? Okay, I think we're gonna take this outside and do the ribbon cutting outside. So it'll be nice and pretty, and they've got a nice big sign out there for us. And I'll send you all those too that I get.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so on the count of 3, you're gonna go ahead and cut your ribbon. So one,
right.
2, 3.
No messing around there.
Yeah.